This is a story. French rioters smashed flaming car into the mayor's home in an assassination attempt. 719 are arrested on the fifth night of chaos. So these riots have been going on because a teenage kid got killed, and they tried to kill the mayor, possibly, as the mayor says, they tried to kill him and his family in the Paris suburb of Le Haye-les-Roses overnight. And France is on fire. What the basic problem is that the French love to riot.
Yeah.
They know every excuse to riot, and here there are black people rioting, so it would seem that they're racists by trying to stop their riot. Why can't, if the white people can riot, why can't black people riot?
So you think they're just recreating the spirit of the Gilets jaunes?
They're becoming very French. Yes, I know.
So this is actually a sign of integration,
yes,
rather than, because people have been saying, well, this shows that France has got all these problems with the banlieue, and they haven't integrated their society racially as well as we have in the UK.
Yeah.
But actually, you're saying no. This is they learned this here. They learned this in France.
They learned it in France. It's the same way when I grumble about this country and I say that it's horrible. It just shows that I've integrated in this country, because that's what British people, English people love to do. They love to moan, and I never moaned in America. Everything was nice.
Well, what do you make of this?
As they say, when in Paris, riot. Look, for years...
When in Paris, riot.
For years, I'll take a slightly different take on this. We have been told... You and I didn't vote for Brexit, right? But the narrative from the Remainers has always been that the EU and continental Europe has been the paradigm by which we must measure ourselves against, aspire to. That is what success looks like. And this last 8 to 12 months in France has shown there is very, very little cohesion. I mean, it's the Frances and the Germanys of the European continent that we're supposed to look towards, and they are an absolute mess. Macron, the great leader of the EU, has lost all credibility, he has lost all power, and if they don't want Le Pen to get in, they're going the very worst way about it.
Although there are no elections coming up soon, but it does sort of show that multiculturalism that's been touted for decades as this incredible panacea that can only be beneficial for societies is failing. Certainly, over the weekend, over the last 5 days in France, we've seen it failing with those tensions flaring up, and we've seen absolutely. I mean, the scale of these riots and the scale of the burnt buildings and burnt, in particular, public buildings, town halls, police stations, libraries. Now we're seeing this mayor's home in which his wife was quite severely injured.
There is some seriousness to this. There has been someone killed, I believe, and
more than one, I think. And the rioters are seizing weapons from. They're looting weapons from police stations.
This is very coordinated. This is a different subject matter to the strikes that were there earlier in the year. But make no mistake, these are all underneath. It's all the same people causing the problem. They want a revolution, and they're going about trying to achieve it. And do you know what? They're getting it at the moment. They're absolutely getting it, and people are dying.
Well, what do you mean? Who wants a revolution?
Well, I mean, my guess will be that there is an underclass of people. They are likely to be on the left, by the way. I don't believe this is a right-wing thing at all.
Yeah.
I don't believe that, and I'm not saying that just because I'm sat here on GB News.
Yeah.
It's because these people just. They want to control the narrative on anything, and as soon as something attacks that established narrative, or the narrative they're trying to establish, we end up with these riots. It's the only thing they've got.
Yeah, but I mean, this isn't left wing.
No, it's not on the face.
White college kids
no,
doing
this is
it.
not
basically.
This particular riot.
And what's interesting is it's the left wing areas that are being burnt and being vandalised, and the cars are being smashed up. So I mean, I don't know if it's going to change some people's opinions who previously were so fervent for open borders. I mean, what's interesting is when people flee France to cross the Channel to the UK, they can now legitimately say, I'm fleeing a terrible war zone.